Well, speaking of being good at emotional intimacy, Paul, you're our guest. And,
Yes.
You are an expert in orgies.
It sounds weird to describe it that way. But,
It is weird, Paul.
Yeah.
That's
But it's
accurate.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. Let's talk about the word, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Talk about the word.
I don't know. I
Variants?
feel it has.
Shit.
I kind of hate the word because it sounds really dated, and also, there's such seedy connotations.
Oh, CD, yeah.
Yeah. Like
All the
it
jizz.
suggests like I don't know, just some kind of 70s key party or whatever. It's like,
Right.
I don't know.
So how would you
It's like-
how would you describe the things that you are an expert at?
Well, we generally describe them as play parties.
Play parties, got it.
Yeah. Because that encompasses a wide range of the possible things it could be within that.
Right.
And there's no pressure to have sex if you attend, or is there?
No.
Yeah.
No. In fact, so I don't know where you want to start. I mean, we're kind of jumping into
Yeah. Sorry.
the part.
Okay.
No, we
No,
can't.
I mean, yeah, just-
there definitely isn't. Like, that's the opposite thing we want to.
So
Right.
do you get anything in writing in terms of like?
No.
Okay.
So I mean,
What the
I'll make
boundaries are.
let's make it clear. So some of the parties we do are for up to 300 people. Those are the biggest.
Whoa.
Holy
That's
shit.
that's the biggest party we've had, and it can go down to like
Jesus
I don't know,
Christ.
well, any number really. But the
I wish
smaller
people like
ones-
comedy as much as sex. Sorry.
We've done shows for 300 people before.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry. keep
Yeah,
on
like
going.
one show at a time, and then it
Yeah.
15 people at a time.
We do not get people to sign any kind of legal disclaimer, which I don't know if it's.
Oh, I don't mean legally. I
anything
just
like
mean in
that.
terms of like so that everyone's on the same page. Kind of like with in BDSM, right? Like there's
Yeah,
the
so
contract.
they don't sign anything, but everybody has to come to an orientation the week before the
Oh, that's
party,
cool.
and they have to sit down with us for
Oh.
half an hour, and we meet them all, and we make sure we have a list of values and etiquette that we have to go through,
Right.
and we make sure they sit through it and
That's awesome.
agree to it. Yeah, so there's no one in the room that we don't know, and we've at least like tacitly agreed that you're not going to be an asshole. about
Yeah,
things.
that's so. What are the values?
The values are because the organization that I do these parties under the banner of has like a charter, and it's inclusivity. So obviously there's no racism or homophobia or transphobia or sex work phobia or anything like that. No ableist language. It's pretty like PC heavy.
It's goddamn
you have
PC
to-
police.
Yeah.
Ruining everybody's
You can't even
orgies.
throw-
Good
They
fashion.
spoil everything.
Orgies.
Even throw an unregulated orgy these days. Yeah. So inclusivity, tolerance, and then obviously like we spent half the it's probably about a 30-minute orientation, and about half of it is about consent and how to negotiate consent.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does it start? Once the party starts, how does it start?
So there's different types of parties that we do. Our big ones are like a big production. They're huge. We spend about $3,000 putting them on. And so you arrive in whatever venue, say a warehouse that we've converted into a theme. So it's like there's a theme. People have to dress up. You can't just turn up in your t-shirt and jeans.
Have you,
And so-
have you turned people away for not being dressed up?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, so when you buy the ticket, we make it so clear that you have to, like, you're not coming
Right.
in looking like shit. Like, we're trying
Yeah.
to create a world here, and it sounds pretentious, but we're trying to create a world that's outside of normal life. So, like, you can't, if you just want, you spoil it for everyone if you just, like,
Yeah.
didn't
I feel
make an
like-
effort.
I think
You
that's
take everybody
fair.
out of it. you know?
Almost like you're like in character.
Yeah, and we're not like super snobby about the costume. Like, you can do anything, but just don't.
It doesn't have to cost a lot of money.
Just don't look every day. Yeah,
Right, you
exactly.
just have to try.
Yeah, it can be, and you know,
You can make it out of duct tape as long as it
Right.
takes effort.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you don't look like you just walked in off the street.
I feel like I would err on the side of overdoing it in terms of costume. I would be so excited to be like, is this gonna be like Eyes Wide Shut? I would just,
Right.
You know, like I'd be chanting. I would show up at 8 and I would be like the first one there, like awkwardly drinking and silently chanting, like, "Hoya Niscazzi." That's a different film. But you get the idea.
So everyone arrives and they're given an orientation about the space
Yeah, they do.
because there's areas designated for different activities. And so there's a large socializing space usually, and so for the first like hour or two They're just like, everybody's just arriving, having drinks, there's a DJ, they're just hanging out. And then we might have like some icebreaker activities. We might do like, give people a treasure hunt or something like that. I don't know, it's different things. Just to get people talking who've never met before.
Right.
Get people to interact with each other. Otherwise, they just like stand in their little groups or couples or whatever. And there's
Yeah, you have to come with
you
a
can't
partner,
you can't
right?
arrive on your own. You have to have someone, and it doesn't have to be a sexual or romantic partner. It can just be a
Right.
friend, and it can be two guys, straight
You have
guys
to have
who
a friend
are
to be
friends,
part of an
but
orgy.
you have
Right.
to come in with someone who you're going to be responsible
Just
for. in the room.
accountability.
Yeah. So if they get too drunk and get thrown out, you get thrown out as well. So you got to
Right.
look after the person you came with, or be responsible for them.
It's a little bit like a Tinder photo of like you and your bud. Just like one person likes me minimum.
Right.
So
Yeah. But that like self-policing works real well. People are like don't want to get thrown out because of
Yeah.
something that we call them pals. So something that pal did, like it's so they'll like police them a little bit.
That's smart.
Yeah. So we have about probably 30 or 40 volunteers on site who are doing the guided tours. Who are we do more consent talk while people are arriving. So yeah, it's about an hour or two socializing. Then we have like a cabaret. Usually burlesque, but going a bit further than stuff you might see in New Orleans, like on St. Claude. So it'll be explicitly sexual.
I have seen a
And
woman
then-
pull a rosary out of her vagina. on St.
Okay, that
Claude.
would be
right. That would be in the
on the par. With,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it was in there.
Probably just for
decades.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was good.
That's
That's
a Catholicism joke right there.
Catholic
Did you
joke.
go to Catholic school?
I did.
Hell yeah.
Of course.
Oh hell yeah.
Get the fuck out, Benjamin. You're
Yeah.
out of the
Stupid
club.
Jew.
I'm so sorry. I'm clipping so bad. Yeah.
He's running play parties. There's no way he wasn't Catholic at
Yeah.
some
Right,
point.
yeah.
That's a good
Is
point.
it just all lapsed Catholics?
Yeah, it's just all lapsed.
Have you done a Catholic theme one? That'd be.
I think we have to be careful with the subject matter we choose for themes because even though everybody there is meant to be like progressive, I mean, obviously some stuff is going to be like we couldn't do like a religious one. It would
No
be
Arabian
triggering.
Nights, no.
It would be triggering
Right.
for stuff.
Specifically
that would be
Catholic, too, yeah.
racist.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we did a religious like. People who do religious roleplay negotiate that pretty strictly, and because obviously some of them are former abuse
Right.
people,
Oh,
and they
right.
somehow have fetishized it and they want to relive it in a way that they control, I guess.
Right.
But we wouldn't just surprise people with that theme. It would be, yeah.
Never considered that at all.
No.
What are some rejected themes?
Anything that involves dressing up as any kind of race is.
No. Like,
Do
like,
people actually? I mean, like suggested though, like things that have
like
ideas that
actually
have
been a
been
candidate.
floated.
Yeah.
I don't know, because the people suggesting them are pretty like,
Cool.
yeah. So there's not been any like. I mean, they're really general. We want to give people like a scope for what they can dress up as. It's not like too specific. So we have the cabaret, and then we change the cabaret space into play space, which is just putting as many soft furnishings, usually mattresses, down, and the mattresses are like all have sheets and plastic sheets, and we give people safe sex supplies. Then people usually go back and socialize a bit more. Some people might start playing straight away. But the play space is very separate from the socializing space. So you're in you can be in a non-sexual
Is there like
space for a lot
like
of it.
is there like a that was too early? Like
No, I mean, some people have babysitters. They got to do it and get back, man. It's like,
Right.
Yeah.
Time is money, baby.
one of my friends comes and she has an open relationship and her husband doesn't like the parties, but she really likes them. And she'll come and she will play like within minutes of getting there. She's like, Paul, I just need that dick and then I want to get home. And so yeah, she does it and she goes like, yeah.
I'm
it's
not
funny.
playing about this
No,
plan.
right, exactly.
Do you have rules about safe sex? Like if people are like start raw dogging, are you like, hey, quit it?
No, I mean, we generally assume that that's something they've negotiated with whoever they're playing with, so we're not there to, I mean, we obviously say
Walking around with like a magnifying glass
right.
and like a flashlight.
So the play spaces are monitored by some of our volunteers, like the most senior people, the most trusted people,
Right.
usually not straight cis men, usually women, and they're just on hand. They're making sure no one's like hanging out in the play space, because that's not a place you can just go and hang out.
Right, like
You've gotta
smoking and
start-
watching or something.
Right, you
Yeah.
got to go and start playing, within a reasonable amount of time. So they're there to maintain the integrity of that space, and also, yeah, if anybody has any anxieties or issues, it can be a pretty intense, emotional experience for people, and people drink, so if they're nervous, they drink a lot, and that's
right.
We tend to watch for that because that's not a good space to be in for.
I want to hear so much more, and I have so many more questions.
Yeah.
But I also want to ask how this started and how long you've been doing it.
So this is probably the 4th year, I think. Doing about 4 years, and then it started because I was dating a girl in London when I lived there, and this same organisation, it's called Kinky Salon. The same organisation has a branch in London, and she took me to a party there while we were dating, and I was like, when I got to New Orleans, I'm like, wow, that party would really work in a place like this because there's nothing besides like the swingers club in town, and that's not...
Which is so stupid.
Yeah.
Wait, funny story about that. A comic, before I did comedy, approached me when he was nude and I was nude in a jacuzzi, and then handed me a very wet business card for the Jasmine Club, and was like, you seem like the type... He was like looking at my nude body. He was basically like, you seem like the type of person I want to have sex with that I can't here. But he didn't say that. He was just like... It was just so funny that he was completely nude and his dick was out and he had business cards. I was like, where did you keep the business card?
Oh god, that's so funny.
Oh man, it was... Yeah. I want to say who it was,
I
but I
couldn't
can't.
probably guess who it was.
Was this at Country Club?
Yes.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Country
Yeah.
Club.
Rest in peace. Yeah. Bad place.
Bad place.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. So the aim was to provide an alternative to people who didn't want to go to
The horrible
Colette's or
Jasmine Club that is homophobic.
They're both
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
So, or can be. I mean, yeah. They're mainly terrible.
But you just went to one party.
I went to 2 in London, and then I talked to the organizer. It's based out of San Francisco, the main organization. So I talked to her, and she said, "Oh yeah, put together a team. Let's Skype and just talk about what kind of thing you should be doing." And yeah, she was enthusiastic, and she came out to see us when we did our second party and really liked what we were doing. So trying to make it an artistic, creative, participatory experience beyond... We say that sex is something that can happen at Kinky Salon, but it shouldn't be your agenda shouldn't be to fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I have so many questions.
Yeah, no, please.
So one is, what is the ratio of people hanging out in the social room versus people fucking at like the height of the party?
At the height, I would say about 50-50. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Maybe 60-40 with the 40 in the playroom.
And then in the playroom, is there laughter? Is it like...
Yeah, that's
Or is
people
it-
are pretty having
Dude, it's hilarious.
fun.
Some funny
I need pop
motherfuckers.
Yeah. so bad.
And people, we create a fun space. We decorate it to the theme, and I mean, fun. It's definitely not like some intense, like joyless, like just people in the corner jackhammer, like
Just like sad couple sex.
yeah,
like,
right.
Well, I guess we got it.
Yeah,
It's Wednesday.
And, they're mostly like having to take their costumes off and stuff. So that's kind of funny. They're stumbling around.
Right.
And I don't know.
I didn't even
I hope
think
it's
of that.
fun.
You have to just disrobe like
right.
something you've
Yeah,
assembled.
exactly.
Has there ever been any menstrual blood incidents? That's what happened. That was what happened to me. I would just bleed everywhere.
I haven't seen that. At one party we did in a private residence, one girl vomited all over the play space, so that was nice to clean up.
Not that menses are the same as vomit.
No, of course not.
No, there's
Wait, did I just say menses?
Menses.
Menses are?
Menses.
How many menses are you having right now? You get one pad per mensa. That's the singular.
I was just thinking of potential spillage things.
Yeah, well,
in the
either way,
play
you got to
space.
clean it up.
Yeah,
Unless
you gotta
you're
clean it
me
up.
and Jeff, and then
So
you just
this
leave
is
the blood.
The most, yeah. This, the truest thing I can say about producing sex parties is that you spend 80% of your time cleaning up.
Yeah, that
It's
makes
not a
so
glamorous-
much
Oh,
sense.
God.
Yeah, so much laundry. I imagine.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So
It's a
many
horny
sheets.
janitor.
Yeah. So we try and get people to clean up after themselves, and they do up to a point. But
Yeah.
horny
How
janitor.
do you get a venue to be like, yeah, you can put cum everywhere?
Yeah.
Well, just a lot of cum. Okay.
Right.
We've seen it.
Yeah. Well, we would hire a place like Colette's or Jasmine's as a private hire, so their members couldn't.
So that's already covered in cum. So
yeah, it's already covered in jizz. It's their whole wheelhouse, really.
yeah.
And then
So should we not have talked mad shit about your venues?
Sorry.
No,
yeah.
okay. I don't really have. We try and rotate it. We're fortunate to know a couple of people who have very big houses that we take over.
That's so cool. Rich, progressive, orgy people.
Right.
I bet you fucking
Want to
hate.
have sex with them.
Do people constantly make Eyes Wide Shut references? And is it annoying
That's
as
usually
shit?
I don't care. I've never seen Eyes Wide Shut. I kind of know what they're hinting at. So
Right,
the
right.
Illuminati masks kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But
So
I mean,
it
I don't
doesn't
care.
bother you.
That's most people's popular culture touch point for group sex.
Right.
Yeah, you're very nice about that. You're
Yeah.
not- you don't seem like someone that's just like, oh, you don't even know this obscure movie about group sex.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so I can keep making them then.
Yeah.
That's
no,
good.
please.
Because
go crazy.
rich people mansions, we're getting into Eyes Wide Shut territory. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like all we need is like a secret society, and
Yeah.
we're there.
Yeah.
You know?
Everyone in New Orleans is too drunk for a secret society.
Yo,
we also
I went
want
to
too
the
much
craziest
shit.
party that I can't tell you about. I can't tell you that it was at 608 Johnson Street, and that we killed a woman.
So that first party, what was that like for you? Like
The first one
had
I
you-
went to, or the first one I produced?
the first one you went to. I
Okay.
guess both, but
Yeah.
mostly the first one you went to. Like, had
First-
you had group sex before?
No.
Or so it was just like, because I
shit.
imagine a lot of people it's their first time.
Were you in an open relationship then?
No, but we were. I was just kind of casually dating this one girl, but we
Okay.
were kind of very committed. But
Yeah.
it was just a fun thing that was happening when we started dating. So.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
I just mean like emotionally,
so-
like what was that?
Yeah, no, it was pretty terrifying. The London ones are even bigger than ours, so like 500 people probably. And so I arrive, drank a lot, and then the terrifying thing about the London playroom is, so we try and create barriers between, so you don't feel like you're just being in one open space. So
Right.
it gives the illusion of privacy.
Right.
But the London one is just this terrifying, open warehouse space. And I walked in to look at the play space with the girl I was with, and you're just looking at a mound of 300 people. Like it's like something out of ancient Rome, this riding mound.
Like a rugby
Whoa.
squad.
Yeah, people like just head to like shoulder to shoulder, like mostly just like probably like 200 separate couples, but like it wasn't like one big group thing.
Right.
But yeah, it was really frightening.
But it's they
It
were
took
like
me a
all
long
in the
time
same like slow dance at a sock hop.
Yeah,
you know, it's
you're
like a bunch of
you're next to each other.
Yeah.
And the monitors in the space are like trying to, oh, do you want us to find you a little spot? I'm like, I might need a minute for this.
yeah. Like they have ushers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it was frightening but exciting, and I don't know. I just thought it was the idea of the space that I'm not even that particularly, and I don't play at any of these parties. Like I'm not doing them so I can get laid. Like I don't really drink, and I don't play. So
Interesting. That's
yeah,
very interesting.
yeah. Well, if
Just
something
logistics.
happens, and touch all the wood. No, that's weird for me to use for luck about orgies.
Wait, what?
I said touch all the wood. Nothing bad has ever happened.
I love
But
that you didn't even say knock on wood, which is the phrase, you're just like you're rubbing that dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to be like, you want to
Right.
say that you were, yeah.
You had,
we need to have clear heads in the room when you're responsible for
Right.
that many people's experience.
Oh, man.
But yeah, the first one was terrifying, and the first one we produced actually was really smooth. Like because we took a long time to plan it, and we wanted to do it right. And I mean, we definitely learned a lot since then. Mostly how many dirtbags there are in New Orleans that we have to ban. I feel like from the start we produced them pretty well. Yeah. I think we were probably overcautious, if anything, on the first one, which is a way to be.
Are couples allowed to go and only have sex with each other, or is that discouraged?
I would say that's 80% of the people that go.
Oh.
Yeah. I would say most of the people that play
Plot
are playing
twist.
with the person they come with, whether it's a couple or someone on a date, you know?
Yeah.
There's very, very little. I mean, it happens, of course, but there's not that much random hookups.
That's interesting.
that sounds
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And
I
again,
could
there's
never convince Jeff to do this, but I want to. But I could never.
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
I could convince Jeff to do that.
You could, yeah. If we give Jeff enough Molly, he'll suck everyone's dick. Yeah, he's
Molly's a powerful drug.
it is.
I was actually just reading that it can cure post-traumatic stress disorder in combination with
That
talk
dick.
therapy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like 80% of participants in this study were cured. I'm reading a book about trauma right now. Anyway, yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. So it's mostly just couples having sex in public is an exciting thing. It's that's the thing they want to do, and it's not really focused on any kind of like the swingers clubs are very focused on swapping or, but it's like men like trading their women or something. It's it's a
not as
patriarchal system.
Right.
So what we want to do is break that down. We want people to play with whoever they want to play with, of course,
Right.
as long as it's consensual. But I would say most people that go, probably about 70%, are they just play with the person they arrived with.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I wonder.
That's so wholesome.
Yeah.
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 It is sweet.
It is sweet. Yeah.
We hope it's sweet. Yeah. I mean, and they
Not that like anonymous sex isn't
Right.
cool. It's always having a safe environment for that is always really good.
Yeah.
But I just was assuming that there would be more swapping.
Right. Yeah. I mean, as I say, it definitely does happen. And yeah, we want to create an environment that if you want, like, especially as a woman or as anyone who's not a straight cis male, if you
Right.
want to have or pursue a random encounter, then this is probably the safest space we can create for
You have people making sure that you're safe. there.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's very
and
safe.
everybody in the room we have at least vetted to some extent.
Right.
So, obviously some people are good at hiding it, but they usually display that behavior pretty soon, and you can...
And everyone there has to agree that like they're not gonna. I mean, I guess everyone. I don't know. I'm just thinking about how rampant some phobias are. So I guess. Yeah, but I guess everyone who's gone to the orientation knows that they can't be like, oh, you're a trans woman. I didn't sign. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right.
no, we say you have to be prepared to see and be tolerant of all bodies. And,
Right.
Yeah, because we got quite a few older people, not conventionally attractive people.
Are there
And I hope
hygiene standards?
Yeah, I mean, we give people all the safe sex supplies and gloves, and we use a lot of puppy pads for people to fuck on. Yeah.
Oh,
so
cool.
everything's like,
There's a lot of puppies.
Yeah, a lot of puppies.
It's super
You'd be
sweet.
surprised.
Yeah, they mostly just fucked the puppy they came with.
Right.
so.
Exactly.
Oh, the glove thing. Tell them that story about buying all that shit.
Oh yeah. So I have to buy a lot of supplies the day of the party, and mostly just party supplies like paper cups or napkins, all that kind of stuff for eating and drinking. And so I went to I think it was in Walmart, and the girl at the till is putting through the cups, and she puts through the napkins. Puts through the chips or whatever, and then I also bought 300 pairs of vinyl examination gloves, and she picked those up. She said, "Oh, you're having a party?"
What did you say?
I was just, yep.
Yeah.
But it was weird that's what triggered that question.
Do you think she was down?
I don't
she
know,
got what was
maybe,
happening? Or,
yeah.
What the fuck?
Could have
was
been. Or she was
talking-
maybe she was joking. I don't know, but it was a funny.
I mean, because clearly you were having a fucking party.
Right.
with the gloves,
Yeah.
That's really funny. That's really funny.
Yeah.
It's like, this could have been like a quinceañera, but no, this is a fucking party.
Can I go grab another drink? Can I do that?
Yeah, of course.
Sure. Okay, 1 second.
We're not.
Yeah.
We'll keep talking.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
just
keep
go.
talking. All
Because
right.
now we have a critical mass of people to maintain a conversation. It's not just me and Benjamin making eye contact and quivering.
Sorry.
Like we would at this play party.
Right. Yeah. Jesus. I would be so stressed out.
All right, this
Yeah.
is, I don't know, probably just projecting an insecurity, but do people get competitive at this?
Oh, interesting.
In what sense?
Trying to out fuck each other? I don't know. It seems because it's so performative
Right.
to fuck in front of other people.
Right.
Or I guess, like, I mean, probably ideally it's not for some people. Ideally it is for other people.
Right.
But
I mean, I don't. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure some people do because we have a cross section of personalities. So, but I think in the play space, most people are pretty just focused on whatever their little group is or their couple. Like, yeah. I'm sure there's some people who go and like are trying to outfuck the person next to them. I don't know. It's not like I hang out in the play space all night, so I don't get to see a huge amount. But yeah.
Cock rings. How many percentage?
Low percentage, I would say. Not very fashionable. I mean, I'm not saying they're unfashionable.
Shit. I got to go return something at Dillard's.
I don't. They make it. Like when they take your blood pressure, it makes you feel real uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
That's what cock rings feel for. I feel them. I guess that's the point. In a way,
is it like masturbating too many times in a row, and it's like a headache of the dick?
Right.
What's the benefit of them? They keep the dick harder.
Yeah,
for longer?
And they make your dick look bigger if you're a grower.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
right.
I gotcha.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I see you, Michael.
I am truly a grower. That's definitely true. Yeah.
Jeff has one, and it's supposed to vibrate, which is the most pointless thing in the world because it's like it barely like when you're fucking, it doesn't like you don't just like sit on the penis like you're going up and down, so there's very little contact.
Right.
It's a dumb gimmick.
Yeah, that's a good gimmick.
But what if you just get in there and he just like reads a book or something?
Yeah, the only time it's ever been useful was like it's just a tiny little vibrator that you would put on your hand, but on a penis it really doesn't do anything.
Right.
Oh, you're saying just put his penis in me and just lounge?
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't work. Jeff also does not read books, so he would just fall asleep. Yeah.
Yeah, like the main problem with this is Jeff can't read.
I feel so bad for Jeff. Luckily, there's 8,000 men named Jeff, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no one will ever figure out which Jeff we're talking about.
No way.
Yeah, you could also just not say this, but you're still going to.
I'm still going to.
You have no filter. I'm the same way.
I have no filter.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That's what makes you a good comic. I'm serious.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So why do you you just do it because you think it's a good thing? Like if you're not playing.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. I mean, it gives me an opportunity from that community to go to smaller parties where I can play. So, there's some perks of
that makes sense.
being in that community, but I hope I don't.
You're like an elder in the Episcopal Church or something.
I guess so.
Like everybody wants to have you over for dinner.
I'm not there's like 4 or 5 of us in the core team, so I don't want you to think it's just me either. There's like a bunch of us.
There's multiple elders in the per church. I think. I don't know. I wasn't raised Episcopal. We'll have to ask Susanna.
I think our core community now is really, really strong, and I like the people and the values that they have. I think it's I don't want to sound like I'm very altruistic, but I thought it was a good thing to have a space where women and gay and bi men and trans folk and anyone who's not a cis male basically could have a space where they can express themselves sexually in the most safe environment we can create. Like, where else are they going to do that unless outside of private parties they organise? No one's doing it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So did you participate in the play when you first started doing it and then kind of phased out?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Damn. So you've always been like a pillar of the community, doing the Lord's work, like hosting a mic.
Yeah.
It's like hosting a mic. You're doing this like
I don't get
It's like
5
hosting
minutes.
a book show.
Right.
I should do 5 minutes up top and then
So hosting a book show is more
host the rest of the night.
Have you ever thought about it?
Do a quick fuck at the beginning of the night
fair,
and then
start with
I was
the
seriously just like doing some stand up.
yeah.
doing some stand up. No.
Yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of like working out new material in terms of like how you bang.
Has anyone under 21 ever tried to do it?
Oh,
So yes, one of our an incident. So when people do the orientation, we give them like think about your risk assessment in terms of your sexual health because everything's got a risk to it.
Right.
But we tell one of the risk assessments, which I don't think the other cities do, is we tell them to think about what it would be like if they met someone they knew in the party that they know from outside. Because that's a very real possibility in New Orleans, given the type of town it is. So you go in and there could be a colleague or, heaven forbid, a relative.
Oh Jesus!
Right.
So we say
Jesus.
think about that. So at one of our parties, it was a house party, and so we've never really thought about like IDing because we've met everybody, and no one will be able to tell if they're under like 21 or 18, I guess. But for this party, one of the entertainers bought a +1, and they were not vetted, and so it turned out it was this 18-year-old girl. And we only knew this because one of her teachers was also there. She was like in her last year of school or whatever, and the teacher was like, "You have to get me out of here now because that girl cannot see me here."
So the teacher wasn't like, that girl needs to
No,
fuck off.
she was like, "I need to leave here." And so we had
thank
to
God
like
it was
get
a
her.
woman.
So we had to get her like
Jesus Christ.
we put her like a sheet over her. And,
Oh my God.
Oh no,
Yeah.
poor baby. So now, but did she know why, or was she just like, I'm a mutant?
No, this is the teacher.
Oh, the teacher.
Yeah,
Okay.
the teacher wanted to leave.
Okay,
so
so
the girl stayed. I mean,
okay.
it was 18. We felt it was.
No, totally.
Yeah, but
She's
she's a
super
senior in
drunk.
high school. That's fucking wild.
Yeah,
but
that's
also,
nuts.
I mean, I would.
Right.
Yeah, we
She's
all.
legally an adult, but also she's in high school.
Yeah.
That's such a weird thing. It's so
Yeah.
weird that exists. That like you are legally an adult when you're still in high school.
Yeah.
I think that's so odd.
Yeah, really weird.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Is that girl that Drake is dating in high school
In
still?
high school, ew.
He's been grooming her since she was like 16.
Ew.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's really
Fuck
gross.
Drake. I've
I thought
never
she was
liked
14
Drake.
now.
I don't like his music.
Yeah, no, she's 18.
I
Nice.
loved his work on
this is another
Degrassi.
person.
Yeah. And then he got ripped. you
Yeah,
know?
and also he's not hot. He's not hot. He just like he's one of those guys where
That's
everything.
a factor for some reason.
I just hate Drake. I've always hated Drake,
Yeah.
and
He's an ugly pedophile.
he is ugly, and people think that he's hot, and he's not hot, and he's stupid, and his music is bad, and he's gross. That's all. I've just always hated him even before he was a pedophile. So
We're never going to book Drake on this show. No.
I would say the
Thanks a lot.
chances just went down dramatically.
Drake, you're an expert in grooming children. Tell us about that. Yeah.
So that's the only incident I know of where someone of that age tried to get into a party and succeeded, but
oh, damn.
she was kept an eye on.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to
Yeah.
retroactively put the word allegedly in front of everything we said about Drake.
But did she drink? Did the 18-year-old drink? Or
No,
that
she
was
wasn't
okay.
drinking.
She wasn't drinking.
Oh, cool,
Good for
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Drug wise, if people bring drugs, is it kind of like turn a blind eye, or is it encouraged, or is it
So we say
discouraged?
no visible hard drug use. Obviously,
Okay. Smoking weed's fine.
Smoking weed is usually fine if the venue allows it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say there's a fair amount of people taking cocaine and Molly.
Okay.
Right.
But they
Yeah,
can't
Molly
just- they can't
especially.
just
I
do it
bet.
open.
You can't. Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. And we've also had to ask people to leave for being too high on Molly because that's not a good drug to be on.
No,
if
that's
you-
not
yeah.
a good consent.
You're not consenting to anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Very, yeah, your filter's gone there. So.
In like the early 2000s rave scene, I think that was called like a puddle. Somebody who was on too much
Oh,
MDMA.
that makes sense.
Like an
Right,
e-puddle,
right, yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we watch for that as well.
Yeah, I was in a wannabe raver, but I was too young. And then they closed down State Palace Theater because somebody did too much ecstasy
Yep, I
and died.
remember that. Yep.
That was
It's not funny, I'm not laughing.
At our last party.
I don't know.
Sorry,
Did too
go
much ecstasy and died is kind of funny to say. You have to admit, but it's not funny, and I feel bad for their families, but it's funny to say.
She died of bad boundaries.
Yeah. It's been a long time. Sorry.
Oh, man. All right,
I also remember that from my childhood being like, ecstasy eats holes in your brains and you'll die.
Oh, yeah.
And then I did a bunch of ecstasy and I was like, it takes a lot to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm
Right.
alive.
Yeah. I mean, part of it, I'm sure they were selling like $7 bottles of water.
Yeah, oof,
Fucking
god damn.
assholes. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah,
We-
ecstasy
Oh, yeah.
just makes you
No.
spend all of your money and feel shitty the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one guy on obvious a lot of it at the last party we had. It was there was a pool in the house in the venue we had, and he was in the swimming pool just like being all touchy and like okay, he needs to get out of the pool because he's not even discerning, and people were getting uncomfortable. So we got him to leave, and we had to go in and find the person he came with because they were out off doing something else, and so we left him with the bouncer. Who's like a private security guard that we hire in like a holding room, and the guy started masturbating at the bouncer.
Wait, masturbating at what?
At the bouncer, at the security guard.
How'd the guy handle it? Was he
Belligerently
just like,
masturbate.
God damn it, don't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Sorry, I know,
I
it's
know.
not because
Wow,
it's like assault, but
Right.
it's
But I
funny.
mean, the
Well-
bouncer knew he was gonna at
Be
least
bouncing a
see
sex
something.
party. Right.
And
That's like,
he's such a great guy because he does security on Bourbon Street, so they didn't really phase him. All he said was like, "You need to put that away, sir."
You need to put that away.
Put that away.
sir.
He's
Definitely.
polite to the end.
One of my most
What a
successful
fucking
friends
pro.
that's
Yeah,
quit
it was so
drinking.
good.
Sorry, she used to sleep masturbate in front of the doorway of her apartment.
Oh no. that
Yeah,
sucks
so I know
bad.
it sucks. She doesn't drink anymore, and I'm not even gonna say where this was, but she would just like wake up and we'd be like, "What you doing?" And then she would just plop down in front of the door and just rub it. It
Oh
was
my god.
hilarious
Wow. It's
and
terrifying.
so bad, but like
Yeah.
it was so commonplace, and it was always in front of. It was always like late at night when like, yeah. Anyway, it was really funny.
If she's in
it was always in front of her women friends. It was never like a party.
right. If she's in like active recovery though, you know she's telling that story and crushing it every
Oh
time
yeah.
she tells that story.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But whoo, Lord.
Shout out to AA and everybody who's in AA.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You are all badass. I like, yeah. Statistically, of the 4 people who will listen to this episode, I'm excited about growth, but
Yeah.
one of them will
We'll relate to the
will
AA.
relate to the
Yeah.
AA thing. I love, yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna trail off and say personal stories.
No,
I can't
please.
help it.
Yeah,
Okay.
No,
No, do
I'm
it.
about that.
Feel free to just rail me back.
They're all
Rail.
good.
I mean,
Feel free to just rail me.
feel free to just fuck me until I stop. No. I meant, what is it? Rain me
Rain
back.
me
in.
in.
Okay.
Rain me in.
What did I say?
You need like
Rail me
preposition surgery.
I think
or something.
this is poison. I'm drinking a year-old box of wine.
6 months tops. And it wasn't like it was like unopened for a year. It was like open for a long time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
I mean, it tastes fine to me. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, drug use is as you might expect, I guess.
basically, like at a bar,
Yeah.
kind of
Right.
like, yeah, you have to be an idiot to get kicked out.
Like maybe a bar like the Saint, though.
Right, not like a
Right, or
normal,
like Bud Rips or
yeah,
something.
right,
Yeah.
not like Carrollton Station.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be so funny to be rolling at Carrollton Station at like 8 p.m. on
Right,
a
right.
Wednesday.
Or like, oh shit, it's not funny because I can't remember the name, but the Tiki Bar in the corridor,
Tiki Tolteca.
Latitude 79.
Oh, Latitude
Yeah,
79. That'd be so funny. Or just
We
like
should take Molly and go to Latitude 79.
we should go to like a cop bar on Molly. That would be. Are there cop bars?
Oh, for
Boondock
sure.
Saint
Where
as
are
well.
they? No, wait, what?
The Boondock Saint. is a
Oh,
bar.
ooh.
Of course, it's
Gross.
called the Boondock Saint. They all and they all fucking sing Danny Boy and like punch each other in the head.
That's how I'll kill myself. Is I'll
They have
just
the
do a
Boondock
bunch of
Saint movie
drinks.
playing 24 hours a day.
Are you fucking
Yeah,
kidding me? That is such
That's
a
horrible.
so
Oh my
funny.
God, that's awful.
That's so
That
funny.
should be against. That should be a workers' protection.
Is
Yeah,
that
right.
lighter to pop these open? Cool.
Holy shit.
Could you hit me with one of those juice boxes?
Ooh, hell yeah, that sounds cool.
Thank you.
We're cool. We're drinking cider on mic.
Yeah.
When I was in Argentina,
energy.
people used the lighter method, all like exclusively, and I could never do it, and it was so emasculating.
I know. I don't feel like a man. I can't do it.
It is nice, like when I can't do things like that, no one cares, and when I can, it's just cool.
I love that you can like sexually perform in front of hundreds of people, but you're like, I can't open a bottle with a lighter, so I'm not a man.
Well,
Right.
weirdly, I don't like the big parties. Like, even if I wasn't producing them, I'd probably go, but I don't know if I would play very much. I'm pretty not insecure, but it's not my like being that. I'm not an exhibitionist. Let's say that.
That's
Okay.
so,
Yeah.
that's so
Some people
interesting.
definitely are, and that's great.
Right.
I'm definitely not.
Yeah.
Are there people that end up like putting on a show?
That's what Ben was asking, I think, saying is there a competitive element? Yeah, I think probably some people are like.
I guess that was like
over-egging it.
that's a better way to ask what I was getting at, because I feel like
Right.
there has to be weird like ego shit,
Yeah,
and like probably people that are like,
and a lot of them are like
It's like-
performers and
do
stuff.
people have
so-
like if someone's like having a visibly like bad time, what happens?
The monitors for that area would check in with them,
Yeah.
make sure if they were just having a bad time, existentially, so to speak.
Or
like maybe they just
Yeah, I bet
like
that'd
they
be
could be with
pretty
people that
heavy for
care
some
with them
people.
and they're having a bad time
Uh-huh.
because suddenly the party's overwhelming, or they can be having, if they're having a specific bad time with a person, then we'll obviously separate them.
Right.
We'll take reports of whatever they want to say about why they're upset.
Right.
And if we can rectify it on the spot, we will. If not, then we'll ask. We'll get both people to leave, and then we'll do follow-up work. We got systems in place for most eventualities, I guess.
Oh,
That
cool.
you can imagine. Yeah.
Has there ever been like a fire or like power outage or anything?
No, that would be exciting. No, we've been. We've been kind of.
I'm just imagining so many
disaster-free.
candles. I always imagine everything in my
without a
head.
single candle.
No candles.
Then where do you get all your hot wax?
Right.
You know.
Oh, apart from if the dungeon mistress is dripping wax on someone.
Right.
How long do they last?
Usually go from 9 p.m. till like 2 or 3 a.m.
That sounds so fun. I want to go.
Do you find that the erotic context makes people more emotionally open in the social space?
I would say yes and no. I mean, some people can get more emotionally guarded, I think.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Even because, for a lot of people, I would say 50% of any party is it's first-time people.
Oh, interesting.
Who are just finding
Turnover.
out about it. So they can go like one or two ways. They can I usually see them either get super extroverted or
Right.
they kind of just become insular and cling
Right.
to the partner.
That makes total sense.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
eat a lot of snacks.
Right, yeah. And so, a lot of people come and just to feel it out and then don't do anything. They dance. We have DJs all night. So you can like hang out like you're in a bar if you want.
That's cool.
And you can be away from the sex part.
Do you DJ these shows?
No, not
Is
usually.
that-
We get a DJ usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that too much identifying information?
No.
Okay.
This is all legal, right?
Is it,
Or is it not legal?
So I believe the legality is more to do with the venue that we use rather than the event that we're producing, because for all intents and purposes, it's a private party.
Right.
Right. So, but you can't. So the swingers clubs don't have license to sell alcohol, but so all those are bring your own. So as long as we're not selling beer or liquor,
That's just a
then
private
it's
party.
fine. Yeah.
Because it's not like anyone's paying to have sex because there's no guarantee of sex anyway.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I think we bypass any kind of prostitution or like lewd
Right.
laws.
Yeah, that'd
lewd
be
behavior
super
laws.
fucked up for it not to be legal. Like, you can't have... If enough people are getting freaky, then you can't...
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, in a building. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, there probably are some legal grey areas if it came to it. I don't really know. I
Right.
don't know if anyone's insured in that party or.
Right.
Someone breaks their dick.
Oh, yeah, but you couldn't be
Right.
liable...
I don't know.
You couldn't be liable for someone like no one's going to come to you with their medical bills and be like, I have the
Right.
clap.
Yeah. No. I mean, I would hope not.
No, yeah, that's... I'm
I
just
think
thinking
they'd have a
about-
very good case. Like,
Yeah.
We need a fuck lawyer stat.
Right.
Especially because you give
Who-
advice on safe sex. So that's like
Right.
covering your...
Yeah.
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 It's not like someone's like, I'd never heard of condoms and no one told me about them.
I went to Catholic school and then I fucking put earplugs in my ears when they were telling me, preparing me for the party.
So yeah, those are our big parties, and then we do smaller ones, maybe with more specialist themes. Getting into like more BDSM play, I guess.
Right.
We have educators in town who specialize in like rope or like impact play, and so we'll organize smaller parties where only a certain number of people are going to have an interest in that. So
I do think it's
Yeah.
really great, and I'm not shitting on this because I completely agree. I think it's hilarious that like the only thing I've heard that's like superficial is like if you're not wearing a costume, you're fucked. I love that.
Yeah, like all sorts of bodies, but
Yeah,
like
it's like-
fucking dress up.
right. But if you go to something like Mom's Ball, I don't know if any of you have ever been to that.
I've never been invited, and I've
Yeah.
lived here my whole life,
Oh,
and it
shit.
makes me feel like a fucking
Yeah,
loser.
right.
Fuck, and I know so many I was about to say dipshits, who have been invited. Have you ever been invited to Mom's Ball?
No.
I've never been invited, and I know so many people who are not cool, who are like just other Sacred Heart girls too,
Yeah. Yeah.
like who've been invited, and it pisses me off so
It's
much.
not that cool an event. It's all right. Like it's
Makes me
fine.
so mad.
It's annoying not to go.
I'm a misfit.
Wait, what is it?
But I think
It's a secret invite-only thing that's like misfits
It's
and
meant to be like one of the most debaucherous secret Mardi Gras
Right.
balls or whatever.
and you have
it's
to like
fine.
wear a costume.
Yeah,
that's-
so if you arrive and they deem that you're not sufficiently dressed up, they have like costume boxes there and they'll throw shit on you.
I think that's nice.
Yeah, we'll do the opposite. We give people the option to
Rather than
take
turning them
clothes off if they feel comfortable doing that.
Oh,
So
interesting.
you could strip down. That's fine.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
So if you're
Obviously, that's
naked,
not something we're, yeah.
I'm a baby.
Nudity. Yeah, nudity's all right.
oh hell yeah.
Yeah, or just lingerie.
I want to go. I know. Sorry, I'll
The
stop
thing is,
saying
you
that over and over
could
again.
like.
Is Jeff
attend
gonna
it
listen
in
to
a
this? We could
really-
just call him.
He'll listen to it. Yeah, we should just call Jeff,
Yeah.
and he'll just be like,
Yeah,
no.
you could attend in a really safe way, and probably the most things that you might be anxious about would you can not.
not do
take
the
part in.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that honestly, it sounds more interesting just to go see it because I always am interested in things that are new.
Right.
And I would just, and now that I know that it's a lot of like couples staying together and it's not a lot
Yeah,
of just
yeah,
like
yeah.
once you leave this room.
Right.
Because also it seems like you can just stay in the social area, right?
Yeah,
and then
of
if you
course.
leave the room and if
Yeah.
you're like, no, I don't want this, you can
Right.
just be like,
Yeah.
nope. And it's not just like a writhing mound.
Yeah,
of-
no,
Yeah.
we try and give people as much buffer as possible between the sexual and non-sexual
Yeah.
spaces. So.
That sounds
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah. You could definitely go and
Emotional.
not even know that a play party was happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
What's the funniest like of only at a play party story?
I mean, definitely that guy that masturbated at the
at the
security guard. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it was only funny because the security guy was so
So cool about
prepared
it.
for it. Right? Yeah, it could have been traumatic, very traumatic.
Just a normal Friday.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, nothing. It sounds weird. Nothing like exceptional happens within the realm of what can happen in
Right.
a play party.
Has anyone
'Cause we were
ever
trying to
just
control
accidentally
it, you
shit
know?
everywhere? No, vomit.
No,
was
the girl did vomit all over the place
Okay.
once, and that was not good for. That's not sexy. So yeah, cleaning up is a huge part of it.
Anal.
That's why I was thinking the shit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is that a
Anal?
question?
Anal?
Sorry. Anal? What is
Anyone?
anyone? I mean, no, like,
Yeah,
is it prevalent or not prevalent?
I assume there's like, cis men fucking each other.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Just don't listen to me.
No, I mean that's a fair question though.
Actually, it's difficult to get the one like section of society that we can't get really are homosexual men. Because they already have so much of their own shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they don't-
And they don't
yeah.
need to have sex
They've got
around
the
hetero
Phoenix.
people.
Yeah.
They've got
Yeah.
the Phoenix, exactly.
Yeah.
So we do get gay male couples, but those definitely.
Is it more like
rare.
bi guys that might not feel as
Yeah,
comfortable?
exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that's to say there's so little space for like bi men.
Right.
So that's good.
Right. And the last one, these two really old guys bought tickets, and they came to the orientation, and they seemed nice, but I'm like, I don't know about these two. I'm gonna watch them
Right.
when they get here. Like they were fine. Like my
How
radar,
old?
my 60s, I would say.
Uh-huh.
And so my radar for like people who are going to be a problem is super high. Like I'm very sensitive to
Right.
anyone I think might red flags down the line. They didn't give any off red flags, but I'm like, I don't know what their deal is. I hope they're not just there to like scout for young women, but I'm
Right.
going to keep an eye on them when they get there. And I kept an eye on them when they get there, and they went straight to the play space and started sucking each other's dicks. I was like, oh, they're on a date.
They're on a date.
that's
Oh,
really funny.
That's good.
Fantastic.
That's very funny.
Good for them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, because they might not feel great in the gay bars in New Orleans. I'm sure there's ageism at play.
Ageism, yeah. I'm ageist. That's something I'd have to. I mean, not like I think it's gross for old people to have sex, but I just don't think I've ever been like, I want to fuck an old guy tonight.
Yeah.
But I guess, but you no pressure to have sex with anyone. You just can't be like they're gross.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Not out loud. You can say it in your head.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure people.
You can write
think
it in
that.
your
Yeah. We don't like presume everybody's completely into all bodies. Just
Yeah,
don't
you don't have to want to have
express
sex with them. You just
Right,
have to be
yeah.
nice
And just recognize their right to be there.
Yeah, I certainly don't think it's gross to. I mean,
Right.
I've watched every kind of porn, so
Yeah.
I've come to old people having
Yeah.
sex. I just think that it's been. Yeah, I just think that I am ageist. I'm just confronting that right now.
I would say that most of the like over 50 couples we get are the sweetest people, and they're just people who don't want to go to the swingers clubs because they hate the snobbery there, and they're usually so chill and so nice. Like it really makes me happy when I see
Yeah,
those
that's
people.
cool.
Yeah.
So like ageist snobbery is prevalent in the swingers clubs.
I mean, it's just a premium on physical perfection, isn't it?
When I was
It's a meat
asked,
market, so
it was
it's
like,
more
we want
showers.
straight women going. They were like, we want hot straight women at Jasmine, and it was fine. They thought it was fine to say that and not shitty at all. And they were like, it's for hot straight ladies, like they didn't, like young hot straight ladies.
Yeah.
Good
That's
luck with
really
that.
crappy. Yeah.
Like that's like ladies' night at Joe's Crab Shack.
Exactly.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, just like all these, hot 23-year-old girls, all these Tulane girls just lining up to get fucked by old dudes. That's what they want for no
Yeah.
money, by the
Right,
way.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely exist in some kind of opposition, or at least like abrasion to the swingers scene.
Yeah.
I think. I know people in that scene who are cool, and but there's a real prevalence. I mean, it's male-run spaces, straight male-run spaces, essentially. So they're kind of problematic.
Mesh shirts,
Bunches of them. Everybody's very popular. Right?
leather waistcoats, like leather vests on like leather vest bare bod, bare
A
torso.
little bit of that. That's mostly the gayer men. Yeah.
Okay, so what are the sartorial?
A lot of people do layers, depending on what the costume theme is. Because you're in a state of different body temperature a lot.
You're in a
If
state of
dancing
undress.
right. And you want to be able to switch between just wearing a little thing that maybe you've played and you just want to cover up
Oh yeah,
temporarily.
like a
and
robe.
then
Oh,
pick up
to
your
go to a
clothes real
different
quick.
room. Are you allowed to go into the social area nude?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Not many people do. Most people respect that not everybody wants to see their naked body and just cover up or whatever, you know.
Lightly cover up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but there's definitely some people are super exhibitionist and they'll just like, walk around.
Right.
They'll take their clothes off as soon as they arrive.
I would do that probably.
Yeah. Grab my vape pen. Is that cool?
Oh, your vape pen? Yeah.
Ah,
I should have brought weed.
yeah, this is not weed.
I know.
It does like I'm just like a total. I like looked it up. I'm pretty sure that I like metabolize THC more slowly than most people. There's like 20% of people. It takes 3 times as long to leave your system. So I think that's why.
The
probably
exact
why.
percent of people who look that up.
Right. Actually, I found a website called isitnormal.com. This is disgusting. You guys are not going to be able to look me in the eye after this. So I went to isitnormal.com to look up if it's common for people to, wait for it, bite their fingernails off and then use the fingernail as a toothpick and like push it around your teeth and pick your teeth with your fingernail. Because I do that. And I think it's like, this is my rationalization. I feel like it's like an adaptive trait that you like you keep your, because like it's like, I mean, because like cutting and hair pulling is like grooming behavior that, so like
It's in the OCD family, right?
right. And I think that this is grooming behavior in that I'm 100% sure that like I would keep my teeth longer if I did it in the wild or whatever. But also it's disgusting.
I eat my own cuticles and my own lip skin, and if you look at my cuticles, if I don't pay attention, I'll just pick them till they're bloody. Like,
Yikes.
they're disgusting. And it's the same family of things as trichotillomania.
Right.
And I had a roommate who had trichotillomania in college, and she would be like, if you see me, because she picked out so much of her hair that part of it just doesn't grow back anymore.
Yeah.
She's got bald spots and it sucks. And she was like, if you see me doing this, because we were random roommates, and she was like, please like scream, because I get in a trance and I keep doing it, and I'll
Right.
just pick out all my hair. And I felt like an asshole because I was 18 years old, and I was just like, stop it, freak, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
obviously I was nicer than that. But I told her to stop. I would do it, and then she was like really grateful, and we became friends. And and then I realized that like I won't notice that I'm picking at my cuticles until I'm like fully bleeding.
Yeah.
So I'm gross too. I think that we're all gross. But,
Yeah. No, I mean it's definitely a spectrum.
but I don't know if it's actually adaptive or if it's just your weird little neuroses.
No, I mean I'm just saying that it objectively cleans my teeth.
I'm just picturing you at a play party, just on.
Yo.
Is this normal?
Is this normal.com? Yeah. So
I'm sorry.
So first of all, the end of that story is 60% of people said it's normal, but also who was stumbling upon that page other than
The people
who
that do it. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, but what is normal? Is it like something that everyone does?
Or like that someone else does.
Yeah,
like
that
one
someone
other
else
person
does.
does.
Yeah.
It was very reassuring because I was
That
like,
is reassuring.
I have all sorts of weird like secrets, but that's the only one I think that I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah.
Yeah, when Ben Kronberg was like, do you look at your own poop before you flush the toilet? I'm like, everyone does, but I don't feel comfortable acknowledging that. I think it's okay to die with some secrets, and I
Right.
have no secrets.
Yeah.
I don't look at the paper. I'm just that.
I look at the paper. Oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But you have
I
a
know
bidet. You have a bidet.
True. Yeah, I
don't look at the paper.
Dude,
Once I do
you
the
have
bidet.
a bidet. You got paid in a bidet,
I know,
motherfucker.
and we use it, and now I like when I'm on that toilet. After I use the bidet, I don't look at the paper because I know my butthole's clean, but I have a period too, so I have to look at the paper to make sure that like all the fucking
Fluids are
Yeah.
in order.
Yeah.
I really want to get a bidet.
our bidet is transphobic. I had a trans friend over and we were peeing together and it was weird. Anyway, thank God Jeff is like really, really open-minded. But we were playing with the bidet and she was like, oh, the woman setting. And then it was funny because it was just like hitting her in the balls.
That's rough.
But yeah, we were laughing about how the bidet is transphobic. It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine doesn't have settings. It's open-minded.
Yeah, mine has the woman setting. It's a crappy bidet. That's why it was free at a
Gender
comedy
fluid.
show.
Can I just say, Benjamin, that it's bullshit that when you told that not looking at the paper story, like last time we talked about this, you didn't mention that you had a bidet. That is bullshit. That's
But
like,
you don't look at the
that's
paper
like-
in public.
That's like
No.
You've
Kavanaugh.
never looked at the paper.
Yeah, I've never
okay.
done that.
okay.
I seriously thought that was something like children did.
No, I look at the paper because
Everyone
I
looks at
gotta
the
do
paper.
it until there's no poop.
Benjamin thinks that it's weird. He's the one.
I feel
who
like
is
I
weird.
know.
But I feel like maybe because
You're
you're a
just sensing there's
vegetarian,
no
your
poop.
shits aren't as messy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do. I'm shitting good.
Vegetarian shits are the best.
I feel like my shits, it's like a 3-4 wipe situation.
Yeah, I need.
Anyway, I'd love to come to your
updates.
sex parties.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like yeah. When I don't drink, it's good.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. What is
Yeah.
that? What is not drinking? Anytime I don't drink, it's because I have some weird pussy disease, so I'm taking these antibiotics that tear up my stomach anyway. So I've never like had a peaceful. I've like not drank once a year for 2 weeks, but it's always been because I'm on this medicine that just wrecks my body. So I don't know what it's like
Yeah,
to
you do
not
a lot
drink.
of yelling
Yeah, a lot of screaming.
around that time.
This shit has cut my drinking in half.
Really?
Yeah, it makes my alcohol buzzes like persist.
And didn't Wellbutrin help you with the drinking too?
Yeah, Wellbutrin helped a lot. I was drinking like a maniac before I went on antidepressants. I was like, I don't know, probably at 35 drinks a week, give or take.
Yeah.
It was like a lot. It wasn't like bottle of vodka a day kind of shit, but it was on the spectrum. And I thought about going to AA, but then I went on antidepressants. Turns out I was using it as medicine, like
Damn.
a lot of people do.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, I didn't have withdrawals or anything like that because I kind of tapered.
I thought of a good only a sex party.
Good. Tell me.
So we had a popular request to organize a party where age play was the main drive. So those communities, those communities feel excluded even from it's not
Right.
It can be frowned upon even in play parties.
Yeah,
places.
no, yeah. That is the
because
kink to shame if people.
yeah. So we were like, how should we do this? So we just said, if you're into any kind of age play, we'll create a space. So we created everything
That's
from
nice.
like classrooms to like a baby creche, basically, because some people came in
Dressed as the baby
nappies,
Jesus. Oh, okay.
which is
Ooh.
not something something I've seen before.
I think it's more shameful to want to fuck the baby than be the baby.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it didn't go well because no, but not in a serious way. But it was in a way we hadn't expected.
Oh god!
Because it was like organising. We had spaces for each of the age groups because you don't want to mix them. But the children of different ages wanted to be with the older children all the time. And I'm like, this is just like a real party. I can't do this.
That's very funny.
And then that meant that the older like people who were teen playing, who are more likely to actually have sex,
Right.
Because the kids are not doing that exactly. They're just regressing to a childlike state and probably getting turned on by it. But there's no like sexual play within that. But yeah, all the littles, they call themselves the littles, would want to just hang out in the teenager room, and then the teenagers felt they couldn't really have sex around the kids.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's so funny.
It was like a real life party. That
is like a fantastic anecdote.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That is like,
I didn't realize that. I thought that people that dressed up as babies like did have sex, but that's too taboo, right? Yeah, that is.
I mean, maybe some of them do if they're at home with their partner.
Right.
I think in any kind of public
you don't want to
space.
Yeah.
But,
So
I don't think it's big
play.
on their agenda. You know.
Is there like skateboards? Are they like cool teens or like what kind of teens?
Yeah, well, they usually
there's like the
it's like
burnout
cool or
and
bad
then
teens.
the like
I mean, people would create
the
their
prep,
own,
the jock. Like,
people
It's the Breakfast
create
Club
their
out
own
there.
characters, basically. Yeah. So that was kind of funny. So if we ever do that again, we'll just create specific. You have to be between this age to be at the party. But it was kind of a funny thing.
Yeah, do y'all remember? Well, never mind. It's just a dumb viral age play video. There was some video a few years ago of some girl who liked to dress as a baby, and they were all shaming her boyfriend a bunch.
Oh,
that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But it was also like, but it's just because it was on the internet, and I was like, of course everyone's going to be an asshole to you.
Yeah.
It makes a lot more sense. It's a lot more like sympathetic of a narrative to be like that person is kind of like trying to take control of their trauma,
right?
But like when you're the older one in age play, it's like hard to make that
right.
Although honestly, that kind of role reversal could also be a
also the littles were kind of playing on their own, and so there were a bunch of like men there who were just sitting around checking their phones in the neutral space.
That's so
we're like, we need to create a dad's lounge.
A dad's lounge.
Right, a man cave.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So they can amuse themselves.
Oh, that's so good.
So yeah, that was definitely an experience.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
So what would be like advice for someone that like the first thing you say to someone who's interested
in attending?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I just try and work out early what I just ask them why do you think you want to come to our party, and then I can base a lot off what their answer is to that. If it's just some guys going, just to get laid, man, whatever, then I'm like, okay, you're gonna be under close scrutiny,
right?
What do most people say?
I guess just to explore and try something different, or
it's like a safe way to if you're in a monogamous relationship, or a lot of the people that come in couples monogamous, or
I think so, I would say.
So because I always thought it was like mostly poly people that were like coming in.
There's
open.
a lot of poly people.
But like a safe place for someone who is monogamous to sort of play with the idea of polyamory, or because I think a lot of people in monogamous, I'm completely speaking about myself, but I think a lot of people agree with me on this, is like, it's not the idea of someone having sex with someone else. It's the idea of it happening away from you in in an environment where they built up an intimate relationship with someone and then had sex with them. So I feel like the appeal is like being sanctioned, that like we don't necessarily have to play with anyone else.
Right.
We can just go be publicly sexual and see what happens, but we're doing it together. Right. Because threesomes are so, like I've been on websites to organize threesomes, and like the one person we matched with that Jeff was talking to, sweet Jeff, I found out from another friend that she was like super wackadoodle, and so I was like, abort. But it was this thing called Thrinder, and like I'm into the idea of like having a threesome or whatever, but I don't want to be a creepy threesome couple at all.
Right.
Exactly.
But I feel like everyone there has agreed like that they're creepy threesome people.
Right.
So that's like a cool, safe anyway.
Yeah, it's the safest collection of those people we can.
I mean, it's like anything that's taboo. Like
Yeah.
once you make it like
Once everyone's
public,
signed the
yeah, then it's
Right.
fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's more than taboo because a threesome couple is like you don't want to be the asshole that's being nice to a woman and then an hour into a conversation she finds out it's because you're trying to fuck her. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like
Right.
that's
Yeah.
Right.
That's not just taboo. It's just like shitty and creepy. So
Yeah.
that's why whenever I think about it happening organically, I'm just like that'll never happen organically. You know what I'm saying? It would have to happen through some sort of dating website.
Yeah.
And yeah. Anyway.
Life finds a way. Yeah. That thing that you said about like jealousy being more about emotional intimacy than physical
Yeah.
intimacy is very insightful.
Yeah, I think it really is for me because like if I would be super like I'm extremely jealous and I would be super turned on watching my partner like have sex with someone else if I had some sort of control and
Right.
say in it.
Right.
And of course not like she's just a piece of meat or anything, but just like if they texted afterwards it would make me self-conscious.
Right.
If we all hung out together and got lunch, I don't think I would be jealous. But if it was like they had, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
no, of course. Yeah. I mean, that's the hardest part of being in poly relationships, even if you're not going to play parties, which,
Right.
you know, is not a necessary thing that all poly families do or whatever. Yeah, that's the hardest thing, like when your partners are away doing stuff for a couple of days or like they've gone on a weekend away. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't care about the sex you have, that's obvious. That should be obvious. But yeah, you get
But the
jealous. You just get jealous
conversations,
about
man.
you get jealous about the experiences they're having and the
Right.
memories they're forming.
Right. And like playing
Yeah,
house with someone
right,
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very hard thing to talk about.
We were watching that show together.
Oh yeah. Oh, how does that work in poly relationships?
Right.
Do you have to watch shows twice?
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah. You can do that or just agree on shows. Distribution.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh no. I would want to watch all the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would rather Jeff fuck the shit out of someone than watch Veep with her.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
I know. That's why I'm laughing.
So we also do, we have a lot of educational programs outside of the parties that I hope, that seem to be popular and I hope are helpful to the community. It's all about making people better practitioners within that community. And also we run like poly discussion groups, and which all sounds very earnest, but I mean, I think a lot of poly people want to meet other poly people and talk about issues they're having and, get advice
Yeah.
and stuff. So, yeah, and those are like non-sexual spaces. That's just an academic.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
How much has to be like sanctioned by the like main organization?
They give us pretty much free reign. I mean, I have to check in now and then, but it's not like we franchised it. I don't pay to use the name. It's just that they have a number of systems already in place. They've been going like almost 20 years. So, I mean, I check in if we're doing anything majorly different, but usually it's fine. They're pretty hands off.
So you can just use the name and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there's about 15 worldwide. 15 like chapters, I guess.
Okay, neat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it started in London?
No, it started in San Francisco.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So if you just see someone in public that you didn't really know that you met through these parties, is there
Yeah.
always just like a knowing little like wink?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about that at the orientation. Like, don't like out someone out in public if they're just
Right.
out with their family or whatever. Don't be like, hey,
like
I saw you
therapy,
with that.
yeah.
But, right, exactly. Same rules. So just like, acknowledge, but unless they're like, you're totally sure. That
There's not like a secret
anyone.
handshake.
No. We should get one.
The stone cutters.
Right. But yeah, again, like I was saying, that's such a huge New Orleans problem that you're going to be meeting people. I've seen people surprised to see there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And
People
that
you've already
people
know.
that arrive that know me that don't know that I organise those parties. That's funny as well.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Because it's not. I don't have my name on it.
It's so funny.
yeah.
Like, comedian and kinky salon organizer is such a funny, like, I don't know, crossover.
Right.
Just because it's like comedy's the opposite of sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many people come to our shows like from this?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a few. But no, yeah, if you know me and have come to our shows, I guess. Yeah.
Well, if it's putting, butts in seats.
I'll point him out next time. I'll point out the people I know from the parties.
And you've never had an issue with attendance? Like, there's always been enough people to have a party?
They always sell out. We have to cap the numbers because we can't just do an infinite number of tickets because the experience would deteriorate.
Of course, yeah.
This is finding out the logistics are the most important part of any play party, and that's the most boring part. But that's
how much work?
That makes it.
How many hours of work a week do you do for
Depends
these?
what the theme is and how much decoration we have to do. But for instance, we transformed a warehouse space into kind of an Alice in Wonderland-y, Tim Burton-y kind of thing, I guess.
Neat.
Were people doing shrooms?
I mean, I'm sure some people were.
Shrooms are bad sex drugs. Yeah.
Big paper mache, like mushrooms and stuff. And that took almost a week of crafting at home and then like 9 hours on the day to set up. So it's a lot of work.
Damn.
How much are tickets?
Again, it depends on the size and the production of the party, but we try and keep them under $50 a person.
Okay, that's doable.
And we also have, if you're a low-income member of the community,
Sliding
we do
scale.
subsidized tickets, we do a sliding scale.
Oh, nice.
If you're exceptionally low-income, we also subsidize free tickets. So,
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you just trust people's word on that.
Yeah, it seems to be... when we opened the sliding scale...
Bringing tax forms.
Yeah.
I need a pay stub to know that you're too poor to pay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, with the first one was an experiment. It was like, do the sliding scale. Let's have name your own price between $0 and $50. We just said one sentence about, hey, so it's like the honor system.
If you can
just
afford
know
this.
that if you can afford this, pay up the scale, and you're helping out people who can't afford it. And it worked out really well. Most people were
That's
paying.
really nice.
That's so nice.
Yeah, some people were buying full value tickets.
Socialism, baby.
Yeah, it was a socialized folk party. It was good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Has anyone ever, talked about... Had there ever been anyone in, the social area talking about politics? That'd be so funny if someone was there I voted for Donald Trump. Y'all
Right.
didn't?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That would
I've
be
never
wild.
heard that, but we tell people in the orientation, obviously think about subject matter of
right.
conversation, because that can be triggering for people.
Totally.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny if there was a conservative there.
I hope most of the language we use, A, on the website, and B, in the orientation materials, puts those people off.
Oh, yeah.
We really try to,
Yeah.
this is going to be everyone you hate.
Right. I only know,
This is literally your nightmare.
Yeah.
The theme is snowflakes. Yeah.
I guess no Trump people, but I can imagine some libertarians slipping in there. Some
Right.
Elon Musk liking
Yeah,
Right.
assholes.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so there's definitely Burning
But
Man
he's a
type
socialist.
crossover.
Right.
Oh, right. That makes
We
sense.
do,
Techie.
they do get a fair
Yeah.
amount of boners.
Right.
What was I going to say? But yeah, hopefully the rest of it, the filters are strong enough to keep out any bigots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Other
You're
than
burners
libertarians.
is the lowest we'll go.
that's the cutoff point. But yeah, the swingers. So they have the swingers convention in New Orleans called No 2 New Orleans.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's the biggest convention in. The biggest swingers convention in the country, I think.
They're
it's
really nice.
How many people show up?
3,000. They rent out 2 hotels.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
it's in the thousands of people.
I used to work retail by Harrah's. Actually, it was within the Harrah's owned buildings
Right.
when I worked retail, and the swingers getting haircuts where I worked were hilarious because they were always wearing the swingeristy, vampire-ist, glittered out. It
Right.
looked like bejeweled vampire bike people. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
It was that whole mix somehow makes a swinger. Anyway, they were so much nicer than any of the other people that came in though. But anyway, that's it.
Yeah. And the people that run that are local here, and they're really kind of progressive, liberal folk, but I think they're up against this this sea of just hetero, right-wing-ish.
My standards for
community.
people are lower when I'm working retail in a casino.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but politics hasn't been a problem at our parties, really. Yeah, I think you have to jump through so many hoops to even get there on the night. So
Right. Do you have?
I-
Go ahead.
No.
I was just gonna say, do you have an event coming up?
nothing planned. We just did a bunch of smaller parties, and we usually do something for Halloween, but we've not planned it yet. So
Okay.
yeah, but we'll probably do one more big party this year. We tend to do about 3 big parties a year because
Okay.
they're such hard work.
Right.
We can't do them out every month, but Yeah, and then we'll do a bunch of smaller ones in between.
For the Halloween one, do you have to have like specific ground rules for like not having like triggering costumes?
Oh,
Like, I
that's
feel
a
like
good question.
that
Yeah.
could get weird.
I
like,
mean-
with like I don't know,
Yeah, I
violent
guess
and like
so.
scary shit.
We usually theme it just off something related to, but not actually Halloween. So the costumes would have to be like kind of something that we would suggest or
Right.
have a little influence over. But we just say in general, like, don't wear any costumes you think might be triggering anyone. So I don't know.
Yeah,
we've not
someone
had
coming with
any-
like a bloody knife, you know?
Right,
Like you
right,
can't like
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we've not had any. I don't think we've had any like costume related complaints or incidents.
So, I guess kind of going back to maybe the first thing I asked you was like, after that first one, what was the like ensuing like couple days like for you? Where you're like, I'm now gonna be like the ringleader of this, like, and
No, I mean I didn't think about it immediately, but I definitely after the first one in London was like, oh, that was overall. Even though the play space was very intimidating, I felt overall the values like really spoke to me, and like I really liked it, and I'm like I need to get involved in this. But I moved to New Orleans fairly soon after it, and then so I was like, oh, can I start this from scratch here? It took me about a year to even find the right people, so it's kind of a slow process to do an
yeah,
first
what was that
party.
like finding the people initially?
Yeah, so the woman who runs it, this girl called Polly in San Francisco, she actually knew a couple of people in New Orleans, so I went to them, I was like, hey, you know what Polly does, do you want to do it here? And eventually they kind of came around and were like, yeah, let's do one.
I gotta say, for someone who puts on these parties, Polly is the perfect name.
I know, right? Yeah, exactly, it really is.
Yeah.
Polyamory. Could be a name.
For those of you who are keeping score at home, that was a polyamory joke.
Do people come with like fake names? Is anyone like trying to keep their like?
I mean,
it is
assume,
a smallish town, but like
yeah.
I would.
I don't know if people. I mean, I know some performers that come under their performer names,
Yeah, that makes sense.
but I kind of know their real names. It depends what venue as well we're having. Like, if it's in someone's house, then it's just us checking IDs usually. But if it's like Colette's, then they're gonna have to see your driver's license.
right.
Oh,
Yeah,
so that's an obstacle for.
Right. For some people, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So what's
Voter ID laws, bro.
what's
Yeah.
like? So I mean, it ends at a certain point.
Yeah.
Do you have to like? You're like, hey, wrap it up, everyone.
We
like,
give people a 45-minute warning
Uh-huh.
and then a 15-minute warning. Because some people are in like elaborate scenes, like, you know,
Right.
they've got like equipment set up, and like we couldn't just like flick the lights on and like finish this now. So
Finish.
yeah, we give people as much discreet warning as we can, so they know to be wrapping it up.
And then when the time comes, you turn the lights on and play closing time.
Exactly. Yeah.
One last call for dick and balls.
Yeah. You don't have to fuck at home, but you can't fuck here.
well, shit. I mean, I think that's probably the perfect place to end.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's great.
All right.
All right.